The battle between Ash and Cynthia comes to an end. Who will be taking on Leon in the finals? Let's jump into it. Hey, what's going on everyone? Answering Infinity here. Today I'm back with a brand new video to discuss episode 125 of the Pokemon Journeys anime, where the battle between Ash and Cynthia comes to an end. Again, as always, these reviews are spoilers, so if you don't want to know who won the battle, you should click off this video now. But for those of you who have already watched the episode and are checking it out or just want to know what happens, let's jump into it. So the episode starts right where we left off, where Cynthia Dynamaxed her Togekiss, which really shocked us, the audience, and Ash. Ash then goes on and Mega evolves his Lucario, and the battle between the two of them ensues. Cynthia starts having Togekiss rip max airstreams at the Mega Lucario. Ash has Mega Lucario jump inside the max airstream and he's like running up it, which I thought was like really cool. And he uses an Aura Sphere to try to like get through it, but Cynthia's able to like overpower like the normal little Aura Sphere that it used and block the first one. Then Cynthia has her Togekiss use the second max airstream, which then this time Mega Lucario runs on top of the max airstream, which is really cool. Then jumps on top of Togekiss's back and starts laying into it with a barrage of bullet punches, which was really awesome, and like smashes it into the ground. I was like, damn, that did a lot of damage. That was really sick. But Togekiss just gets back up again. She has to do a third max airstream, and then Mega Lucario does another Aura Sphere to try to block it. But this time we see it do that like super mega Aura Sphere that we saw it use against Raihan's Duraludon, where Ash puts his aura energy into it and it pretty much becomes like a spirit bomb. And there was a nice little touch where you got to see Greninja out in the forest, and Greninja feels like their aura bond energy and like it could sense it from all the way out there, which shows like how powerful it is. So Lucario charges up this huge like spirit bomb Aura Sphere, sends it at the max airstream. It kind of goes and pushes it back and blows up in Togekiss's face, and we see Togekiss fall to the ground as its Dynamax ends and it returns to normal size. But again, it gets back up again because his Togekiss is like an absolute unit, and we see that it gets the third speed boost, and now Cynthia like tells it to like go up into the sky, and it's like flying around like a million miles an hour because it's gotten 3 speed boosts. So at this point, Ash's Lucario is like really struggling and had taken a lot of damage, but it manages to edge it out with another flurry of bullet punches, and he ends up finally taking out the Togekiss. His Mega Lucario is like exhausted now. She sends in her Garchomp, which has already taken a chunk of damage thanks to Sirfetch'd's Meteor Assault from the previous episode, which you see Leon and Diantha even note back in the locker room that both Pokemon are already exhausted, so now it's going to come down to like the wire, who wants it more and who could, tough out that final stretch of the battle. So then Cynthia has her Garchomp use Scale Shot, and Ash is trying to block it and have his Mega Lucario using Bullet Punch as he's like punching away all the scales, even though some of them are still hitting him, and they're just going at it. Then she has her Garchomp using like Dragon Claw, and then he's bullet punching, and they're just wailing on each other like two drunk guys in a bar, and they're just absolutely beating the shit of each other. It was pretty epic. They continue to battle on for a bit, and she sees that Mega Lucario stumbles and like drops down to one knee. She thinks she sees an opening, and she has her Garchomp rush in for what she thinks is like one final Dragon Claw. Then Ash at the last second has Mega Lucario use Reversal, which does more damage the more damage the Pokemon has taken. So at this point, Mega Lucario was hanging on by a thread, so this Reversal was doing a ton of damage. At the last second, he throws a punch with the Reversal as he's getting hit with the Dragon Claw, and you just see both of them take like a huge amount of damage. I love the way they showed Lucario's fist like bulging out of the back of the Garchomp and like the energy like shooting out. Like I'm pretty sure Garchomp's like kidney exploded in that punch. It was pretty sick. And then we see them both fall to the ground, and I was like, oh man, this must be it. One of them's gonna get up, or maybe one will get up and fall, and the other one gets up, but they have different dramatic ways to end it off. And then we see that Mega Lucario ultimately stands up, and the referee comes over and declares that Garchomp is unable to battle, and Ash defeats Cynthia, which is absolutely insane. I can't believe he pulled it off. I mean, I can believe it because he's a main character, but it's still just wild to me to think that they had him beat Cynthia. It's absolutely crazy and insane. So we see like Ash like in shock, and then he's celebrating, and we get to see like Professor Oak and his mom and Tracy like and his Pokemon all celebrating and stuff. Like I thought that was really nice touch. Fortunately we didn't get any new cameos, but that was really nice. And then Cynthia comes over, shakes Ash's hand and congratulates him. And then we see Cynthia in the locker room with Diantha on the way out, and I'm really curious to know what they said to each other because I watched the episode in raw Japanese. But judging by their interaction and like their facial expressions and stuff, I get the feeling that maybe Cynthia said that she doesn't want to retire anymore from battling. Maybe that epic battle between her and Ash like reignited her passion for battling. Maybe she had just gotten sick of just beating everyone all the time, and now that she's lost and she had that epic battle, maybe she said she's not going to retire. So really curious to see what she said to her tonight. I'm really hoping that's the case because I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we don't want to see that being the last of Cynthia. So really curious to see how that plays out. But yeah, so that's a recap of the battle. My overall thoughts was I thought that, for the most part, I thought the battle was really good. I particularly liked the beginning, like the music, like how ominous and like almost like horror-like it was, given like the size of Togekiss being Dynamax, the sky being like black and it was like really dark in the stadium, plus the music. You got to see like Hop and Go in the crowd and they're all like scared and like worried, and like you really just felt like the tension, how much pressure and like everything it was for Ash. Like I thought that was like really good, and I really just liked how like both trainers were just going all in, using all these different strategies, all their gimmicks. Pretty much they left nothing on the table. They went all in for it. I have to say the only things like I didn't really like was I felt like that end part between Mega Lucario and Garchomp was a little bit anticlimactic. I feel like they could have done it a little better. The way they ended it, where it was a really far distance shot from like behind Ash, and then you just see like a little speck in the distance of like Mega Lucario just kind of standing up, and then the ref just comes over and like declares Garchomp like unable to battle. Like I thought that was like very anticlimactic. Like you would think, given this battle and everything, they would have made it so that they're both fighting for their life to stand up, or like Garchomp would stand up but then pass out, and Mega Lucario would like fight his way up, and maybe Ash would help him through his aura or something. Like I just thought it would be a little bit more dramatic and kind of like crazy, like how it finished. So to kind of have it be like a little distance shot and just having like Mega Lucario just stand up, like I thought that was just a little weird that they did that. And I think also the other thing I didn't really like was I felt like the art and animation like never really leveled up where I hoped it would. I thought that maybe they were kind of saving it for like this final part of the battle, since it's kind of like the epic conclusion, but I felt like it never really leveled up and kind of went there. So I'm wondering if maybe they're just saving all the budget for Ash versus Leon. I don't know, only time will tell. But those are only my two little gripes of it. Overall, it was really good. It's an absolutely crazy battle. I loved all the strats that Cynthia used. It was absolutely nuts. Oh, I also want to say I also absolutely loved that flashback with Cynthia with her Gibble, and then it evolved into the Gabite, and then we also see her catching the Feebas as like a little girl, and then we get to see them like battling a little bit. Like I absolutely love that. I would love to see like an OVA or something where Cynthia's backstory, we get to see her like as like a young trainer kind of making her way up and eventually being champion. I think I speak for everybody where we would all absolutely love to see that. So I wish we would get more of that one day, but I do like that they had that little moment kind of going into that final part of the battle to kind of show their bond as well, that not just Ash has this bond with this Pokemon he's only had for a couple months, like she's had this Pokemon for like 20 plus years or something, and their bond is also ridiculously strong, and her Garchomp has never let her down. And I think for the first time in anime history, like her Garchomp actually fainted, which is like insane. So yeah, overall it's a really good episode. I'm curious what everybody else thought. Were you happy with it? Did you think it was going to go a different way? Do you think Cynthia should have won? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm really curious what everybody thought. But if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one.